Welcome, everyone. We're going to get started in the service in about 5 minutes, but before then, if anyone would like to light Hanukkah candles, traditionally you light your Hanukkah, your Hanukkah menorah, before you light Shabbat candles, and so we welcome you, if you brought your own, to come on up. We have candles for you here. If you did not bring your own Hanukkah, your own Hanukkah menorah, we have some for you. We actually have some beautiful ones that I don't even know where Renee found all these, but they're gorgeous, and they are just waiting to be lit. So anyone who would like to come up and light Hanukkah candles, please come on up. You can light them. You can do the blessing on your own. We'll also do the blessing all together in a few minutes when we light the big one up there. But come on up, everyone. Come light your candles. Spread that light.
They took that as, oh, no more. Actually illegal.
Kids going down. Like, are there a bunch of cases?
As far as I know, I mean, one of my students had it. But it's a lot. They rescinded, the appeal did not go through, so.
The kid.
But they just put out a big thing that just said about this form and turned them into
So none of the kids.
They very openly told them to,
In so many words, we don't care.
Neely is doing a really good job of protecting us, and there's actually a rule that if you're in a small space like a lesson room, so I'm kind of good in that regard.
Who's the guy?
Cheech is still the guy, but Neely will be the guy. And Randy is
Isn't
now,
John Shaw doing it?
He's just kind of teaching trumpet.
Oh, okay. So Mealy's the guy. Nice.
Yeah, he is.
What's Randy do? Is Randy just teaching? Randy's not at URS, right?
He's basically the tour.
We also have one very special, we have a lot of special Hanukkah there, but we have one Hanukkah menorah, one Hanukkah that's specially for our Youth Gay Straight Alliance called Ahavat Olam. And if there are any youth or anyone else that's part of the queer community that wants to help light this special rainbow menorah made by the Berkowitz family, come on up and you can do that as well.
I get it.
But it's that place.
How many kids in the program?
I have no idea. There's a lot. Probably teach about 25. But some of them are just like lessons only. Like they can take an elective, like take drum lessons. Any kid can do that. So maybe 10 of them are like that. So there's 5 in the freshman band. Probably another 6 in the band, so that's 11. And then 3. So there's like 14, 15 drummers actually.
Wow.
And it's like a couple that are like this, a couple like that, and then the rest are like that. That's normal.
I have probably out the same amount. Oh, you know Blake. I'm telling you, dude, I want that kid to be my little brother.
He's the best.
He is seriously like one of my favorite people ever.
Uh-huh.
He's awesome.
Oh, thank you. Target. In a pack with a bunch of them.
That's great though. Tucker, that's awesome that Chris is.
Yeah. You would have been, if you didn't have a full-time gig. He talked about it. He was like, everybody's a gig. Walt's got a gig. It was Jack St. Clair, but he just took a job.
Oh, like a day gig?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like going to the same place every
Dude,
day.
come on, that's probably.
I mean, I have like a lot of similar to Chris, like a lot of shit to do. But this is like my first. This is my first year being the guy. Like I got to watch. You know Chris Norris, trumpet player. He was kind of like my dad Dennis's generation.
Oh yeah,
Best friends with Joe Fallon.
sure. I never knew him, but okay. That hang.
But I got to watch him do it for 3 years.
Did you do your like MAT thing there?
Did I do MAT at UArts? Oh yeah.
I mean, at the school you're at now. What's that called? Student teaching?
No,
You do
no,
that
no,
there?
no. Yeah, I student taught with Carl Cox.
Oh yeah, great. Sheffield, right?
Which is just like a hang.
Yeah.
Just like we went and played duets.
He's just shedding, right?
Seriously, dude.
Yeah.
Like I have a really good gig. He has the best gig.
Him or Earl? Earl's got like the gig. But Carl probably does less.
I was gonna say, Carl has a better gig than Earl.
Yeah.
Earl's got more on his plate.
Yeah, Earl's like kind of a big shot over there. Like he's doing a lot.
Oh, dude.
Oh, what did you have before? I have a 6. Yeah, it's a 6. 6S. It's like I have to keep the charger with me at all times. I hate that. Yeah. That probably feels great. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, that was you always over there, right? Yeah. Right. That's what I need to do, maybe around Christmas time.
All right, last call on Hanukkah lighting. Last call. If you want to come light a Hanukkah menorah, if you brought your own, come on up. We still have a few of the ones from, I believe, Rabbi Weiss's collection that are here. So come on up if you'd like. We'd love to have a nice, big, old bima filled with light.
Go through, I use AT&T. Wow. Oh yeah, I mean that would still be six models newer than what I have. Yeah. That's wild. That's worth just not even trading it in, just spending the money and getting a new one. Yeah, I might do that. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice.
That'll actually be my first NFL game. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big football guy.
Expensive.
Oh my god, dude. That's yeah.
Although this was big like that. A bunch of my family's gone like this.
Nice.
Russia, this restaurant called Eddie V's. It's like a Sullivan's type gig.
Nice.
It's actually a
Play
great
jazz?
gig. Yeah, we play jazz. D. Shane Fretter. They're a couple, like at least once a week.
Oh, nice.
Sometimes, I mean, he has 4 nights there. Sometimes I'm there 4 nights.
Wow. Is it good?
It's good enough to go out there and do it.
I guess.
And they treat you nicely. I'll just say yeah. I don't know that, but you kind of know that.
It probably leans that way. Not everybody,
yeah.
but it leans.
That's the drag. Is that.
What, are you hourly there, like per lesson?
No, dude, I'm solid.
Really?
I got my face in the sun.
Really? That's awesome. Good for you,
It's
man.
insane.
That's awesome.
There's no other place like this.
No, there's not.
It's insane.
No, there's not.
I'm very, very lucky.
Dude, that's awesome. Good for you.
You know, it's like great. You know what I mean?
I did the Catholic school thing. I taught at
Good pay, but it didn't go for the years. It in May when school ended.
either get 20.
Niggin. It is so good to see you all, and it will be even more impressive to hear you. And this one's super easy. It's just lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie.
Shabbat Shalom and a happy Hanukkah, or as our membership manager, Stephen Scher, recently taught me, happy Shabbanica. It works. It is so wonderful to welcome congregants and guests and friends and family as we gather together here in the sanctuary and virtually all around the world. We are honored to have our congregational president, Hank Bernstein, here with us on the Bima. To ensure that we are praying together tonight as one community, if you're joining us in the live stream, please introduce yourself in the chat, in the comments. And for everyone here in the sanctuary, please find someone new to greet and wish them a Shabbat Shalom.
set, which they'll definitely play along with something.
What kind of it's like
Rock ensemble. His Isaac brother. And I teach them the parts.
oh cool. So it's kind of like a
The goal of it is to get them to develop their ears and learn how to learn. Horns, couple vocalists.
really.
They're all in the same band.
I guess things have changed since we left.
Do this.
Okay. What a wonderful, wonderful greeting. I know we're all so happy to be together. It's so wonderful to see everyone tonight. We are honored that tomorrow morning we will celebrate not one, but two amazing young people who will be called to the Torah and become B'nai Mitzvah. And so tonight we are thrilled to have with us on the bima Phoebe Pearl Bonin, along with her parents, Jennifer Weiner and Adam Bonin, and step-parents Bill Sykin and Lisa Tucker, her sister Lucy, who became Bat Mitzvah just a few years ago here, and assorted other wonderful family members. And they'll be leading us our Shabbat blessings, but first we will do our Hanukkah blessings. You always light Hanukkah candles before Shabbat candles, and we're thrilled to have Noah Max Liebman joining us along with his parents Allison and Matt Liebman and his sister Lucy, who is back in the sanctuary for the first time in like 2 years. It's so good to be back. It's great to have you. And so we'll begin first with our Hanukkah blessings, which can be found in your prayer book on page 279.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. And we just pause until all the candles are lit, because that is the minhag. It's a good thing, because we get affiliated with this note. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim la'avoteinu bayamim Hahem Bazman Hazeh.
Page 365 for Ma'otzor.
Ma'otzor Yeshuati Lechana El Shabeach Tikon Beit Tefilati Vesham Toda Nizabeach Letachin Matbeach Bitzar Hamnabeach Azegmor Beshir Mizmor Chanukat HaMizbeach Azegmor Beshir Mizmor Chanukat HaMizbeach.
Happy Hanukkah. We continue with our Shabbat blessings, first with our Shabbat candle lighting on page 2.
Sorry.
Shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen. And our Shabbat Kiddush can be found on page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uv'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'beratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat l'chaim.
Chaim, take a drink. What? Take a drink. Yeah, just juice. All right, Shabbat Shalom, Happy Hanukkah, thank you. Thank you, Phoebe, thank you, Noah, and family. Mazel tov, mazel tov. Last High Holy Days, during our Yom Kippur services, right before the silent prayer, when we only had vaccinated adults here in our sanctuary, I shared these words. I'm saddened by the silence this year. It's too quiet. We should be hearing tiny footsteps. Perfect. On cue, Avi. That wow, you were good. Going up and down the aisles. We should be hearing babies cry. We should be hearing little whispers and giggles of young people. You guys are really good, Oscar. I didn't even pay you for that. We pray that soon our sanctuary will be filled with the audible silence that comes with having our entire congregation together again. Well, what a difference a few months make. Thank you, science. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is that our entire community is once again able to pray together in one space. Hine ma tov, how good it is to see brothers and sisters and siblings sitting together in prayer. Hine ma tov, how good it is to be together. Page 10. Please rise.
Hine ma tov manayim shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Hine ma tov manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Page 11, Ki Eshmera Shabbat.
Yesh meira Shabbat, Eish mereini. Yesh meira Shabbat,
With the joy of a wedding, we continue with Lechado D, pages 20 and 21.
Lecha dodi לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה שמור וזכור ודיבור אחד ישמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ותפארת ולתחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי היא מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נשוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה התעוררי תתעוררי כי באורך ומאורי אורי אורי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה אוי ושלום עצרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה.
Continue with our call to worship, the Baruch Hu, page 28.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Do you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai
On the middle of page 31, we read together, "This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim." And on the top of page 33, "As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael."
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated, page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
On page 40, you'll see the first line, Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Our sages teach that the word Maccabee, and Hebrew scholars, you can follow along with me here, that Maccabee is actually an acronym for Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. The first letter of each of those words of Mi chamocha spells Maccabee. So what does Hanukkah and Mi Chamocha, our prayer of redemption after we left Egypt, what do they have to do with each other? Well, of course, they're all about redemption. And this reminds us that that redemption was not a singular one-time experience, but that in every age, our people have had opportunities to be redeemed. To quote our prayer book, wherever we go, it is eternal Egypt, and there is always a better place, a promised land, and that there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלך, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלך, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע היה לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך באלים אדוני.
We continue with our tefillah on pages 46 and following. Please rise.
Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל, אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We join together in our prayer for peace on the top of page 61. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We now take moments for silent prayer.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל העולם.
I love all the kids here in this sanctuary. You've probably seen the smile on my face that I cannot wipe off. But I'll just say to parents, if your kids ever need a little bit of a break, you're welcome to go out into the hallways, the Rosenbluth seminar room across the way as well. We're going to be having a Rock and Hanukkah song session soon, so we definitely want them here for that. But like Kaddish later on, may be a good time if they need a little break. We now turn, though, in our prayer books to page 253 for the Misha Beirach, our prayer for healing. We take moments now to think of the brokenness in our world, and we think especially this week of recent gun violence in our city and across our country. We think of the pain of the assault on reproductive rights, and we also think of our own loved ones who are in need of healing, both physical and spiritual. If you are holding someone in your heart tonight in need of healing, I invite you to write their names in the comments or the chat, or to speak their names aloud at this time.
מי שברך אבותינו מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We turn our thoughts to all that is worthy of our gratitude. I'm looking at a couple of B'nai Mitzvah. We are so excited to celebrate with you, Noah and Phoebe, this Shabbat. And I'm looking at all of us, some of us here for the first time in a long time, and all of us grateful to gather. And so as we turn to page 344, we think of all of our blessings as we thank God with the Shehechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehecheyanu v'kirmanu v'higi'anu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehecheyanu v'kirmanu v'higi'anu lazman hazeh.
Amen. I am thinking this Hanukkah a lot about miracles, and we have so much to celebrate. Does anyone remember, who remembers, what are the main traditional miracles of Hanukkah? If you are online and you remember, pop them right into the comments. If you're here, maybe just give a shout out. What are you remembering as the main miracle of Hanukkah? The oil lasting 8 days, beautiful. That is one of the main traditional, that's the one that the sages give us. And the other is the victory of the Maccabees. Those two are really the big ones. Perhaps there are others that are emerging in your mind. Yell out if there's another miracle of Hanukkah that you happen to be feeling right now. Sufganiyot. Yes, I'm with you. I am with you. There are actually sufganiyot as a to-go oneg in the lobby. I'm told I wasn't allowed to sample or look at them because they didn't trust me. But I'm told there's a to-go sufganiyot situation in just a little while. All right, any other Hanukkah miracles coming to mind? Some of us are saying vaccines or just the beautiful miracle of being here in the sanctuary finally with children again. I forgot how hard you parents work to make that happen. Cardio, really. Thank you for making it happen. Well, I want to share with you that I was interested to know what miracles were really important to our community, were really emerging as favorites in our community. And so I started by visiting our Berger Early Learning Center and asking our Early Learning Center children what did they think were some big miracles of Hanukkah. Well, they knew about the oil, and they knew about the Maccabees, and they also added that they thought the latkes were a serious miracle of Hanukkah. And not only the latkes, but also the fact that we have a fried potato snack that does not involve ketchup was too a miracle, because you can see how that might have gone the wrong way in American Judaism, but it didn't. And so, applesauce or sour cream, which is it here? Who here is for? Somebody just said mixed together. But, oh, yeah. All right, raise your hand for sour cream. Raise your hand for sour cream. Raise your hand for applesauce. Me too. Okay, so we have what I'll call the miracle of the ketchup or the not ketchup. And then I visited our Berkman Merkaz Limud with Jennifer James, our Director of Youth Learning. And we learned from our Berkman Merkaz Limud students what were the miracles they felt were most important. Now, they're a little bit older, especially like the Vayikra and Bamidbar and Devarim, those older grades. They're a little more sophisticated. And here's what they shared. They shared the miracle of the shamash. What is the shamash? Are any still lit? Yes, that helper candle that is there to share its flame with every other candle. What is the miracle of the shamash? Its miracle is that it shares its flame and it does not get diminished. Its own light is not lessened. It's just as strong after sharing its light with every other candle. What a beautiful miracle and a teaching for all of us that we too can share our light, share our flame with others as we share ourselves with others, as we share tzedakah, righteous giving, as we might be sharing ourselves, reaching out to a new student or a new neighbor, as we might reach out and wish a Hanukkah to friends or family with a phone call or a Zoom this weekend if they're not in town. There are so many ways we can share of ourselves. And then, here's how they're really, really advanced, our Berkman Merkaz Limud students. Here's what they also shared. The Shamash actually teaches us how we should be sure we are sharing, because we should make sure that when we do share of ourselves, that we do feel strong afterwards, that we're not lessened, that we're not diminished. And once in a while, any one of us can have this challenge where we share of ourselves and maybe we may have some worry or some sadness, or maybe we're not in the room with the right person. Maybe it's the wrong person to share with, or maybe we have a mental health challenge. And actually sharing of ourselves leaves us feeling smaller. Well, the Shamash teaches us that's not the holy way that we're expected to share, that we should know, we should take care of ourselves. And sometimes that means knowing what is Shamash sharing. And Shamash sharing is when we can share our light in the world and still be strong in ourselves. What a miracle that that is possible, that we can share of ourselves and feel just as strong, sometimes even stronger after sharing. Our Berkman Merkaz Limud students are pretty wise, aren't they? Well, so then I visited Torah study. That's our adults. And our adults are quite advanced. Here was the miracle that really meant something to them that they said I could share with you. They shared some what I'll call miracle math. And that is this. How many nights of Hanukkah are there? 8. Okay. So show me 8 fingers. Excellent. All right. Now we have a little math. Now, for how many nights did the Maccabees have oil originally? 1. Okay. Here's where everyone, I think, has enough fingers. If you take the 8 and you minus the 1, how many nights did the Maccabees actually already have the oil for? Already. How many nights did they have oil for? 1, right? They didn't have oil for 7, right? But you have a major accounting mastery, right? So 8 minus 1 equals 7. You're confirming. Excellent. See, I don't need a calculator when I have our congregational president around, right? Now, if we have 8 nights of Hanukkah, but we only really needed oil for 7 more nights. We already had oil for 1 night. How many nights of Hanukkah are really the miracle? It could be 7. Should we switch out? Should we do 7 nights of Hanukkah instead? No, I don't think so either. Because here's what some of our commentators say. They teach us this. They say that it's not that the 7 nights were the miracle. No. Actually, the miracle was on the first night when they already had the oil for the Chanukiah. They didn't call it a Chanukiah yet, I guess. But the candles, they didn't have candles yet. But they did have wicks, right, for the wick. So on night number 1, when they had enough oil for night number 1, and they lit night number 1, why was that night the miracle? Because they knew they only had oil for 1 night. They needed it for 8, and I think I heard someone say from Torah, I think I heard a Torah study person here say, they believed. They had so much faith, so much hope, that they knew that even though they couldn't see the possibility, they weren't sure how it would happen, they would be able somehow to kindle the light for 1 night, and somehow it was worth kindling that light on that very night, even though they needed 8 nights. And somehow they believed strong enough. They believed in themselves, they believed in each other, they believed in God, and sure enough, perhaps the miracle is not the miracle of the 8 nights, it's not the miracle of the 7 nights, it's the miracle of the 1 night, the 1 night for which there was already oil, but a bunch of Maccabees, a bunch of Jews who decided they had hope. And so, our lives are filled with miracles. Our history is filled with miracles. The miracle of the oil, the miracle of the Maccabees, the miracle of the ketchup, the miracle of the Shamish sharing teaching that we might share our light, and the miracle of having hope in ourselves, in God, in each other, in tomorrow. And so we have a lot to celebrate. And one of the ways we do celebrate is with song. And so thank you, Cantor Hyman, for not going far. All right, please celebrate all of these miracles with me as we turn in our Shabbat program to page 5.
Oh, yes.
Are we starting with O Hanukkah?
Oh, Hanukkah? Oh, yes. Oh,
I didn't
Hanukkah.
know that was by somebody.
Totally.
Look at that.
So the melody,
I thought it was
the
original.
melody was originally written for the Yiddish. It was originally for the Yiddish, and then we adapted it with the English and the Hebrew. We're only singing it in English, though. Oh Chanukah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Sivivon to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. 1 for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. 1 for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Oh Chanukah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the will give you a treat. Si we want to play with the latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Micah. Micah, I know you're all so excited. I was excited when I saw Micah. So Micah, of course, teaches in our Berkman Merkaz Limud. Micah is in charge of our youth programming for and so many different things. Do you
want the guest mic?
Sure. I didn't know it was right here.
Yeah.
Just getting microphoned.
All right. So it's a guest.
Yeah.
microphone
guest
music?
I get my own hold music. That's fun. Throw it in my pocket. All right. Check, check. I have the guest microphone. Is that on? Yeah. Amazing. Incredible. Thank you for our hold music. If you are a student at Berkman Merkaz Limud, especially in grades 3, 4, and 5, we've had a lot of fun with this song. My favorite foods for Hanukkah are probably similar to yours, sufganiot and latkes. I'm gonna have to ask some of our kids and teens for some help. Repeat after me. Sufganiot, gonna make some. Try it out. Sufganiot, gonna make. Sufganiot, so yummy in the middle. Sufganiot, so yummy in the middle. Sufganiot, gonna make some. Sufganiot, gonna. Sufganiot. Try that ending. Sufganiot. We're ready. Let's sing the whole thing. Sufganiot, gonna make some. Sufganiot, so yummy in the middle. Sufganiot, gonna make some. Sufganiot. And we can put so many things inside our sufganiot. We usually put jelly in them, but there's so much more we can put inside. We're gonna start with strawberry as an example. It's pretty easy. Repeat after me. Strawberry. Strawberry. Here's the second one. Yeah, very loud for the strawberry, but then we have to whisper. Sufganiot. Try with me. Sufganiot. The first time I ask what's in the middle, we sing strawberry. Let's hear it. Strawberry. The second time I'll sing what's in the middle. Sufganiot. Strawberry again. What's in the middle? What's in the middle of your sufganiot? Let's try it with strawberry in the context of the song and start thinking, especially the kids, start thinking about something you would like to put inside sufganiot. My older kids make sure it's appropriate for a Shabbat service in the sanctuary with lots of people. Keep it appropriate. G-rated. Sufganiot, gonna make some. Sufganiot, so yummy in the middle. Sufganiot, gonna make some. Sufganiot. We're putting strawberry in. What's in the middle? Strawberry. What's in the middle? Sufganiot. What's in the middle? Strawberry. What's in the middle of your sufganiot? Sufganiot, gonna make some. Sufganiot, so yummy in the middle. Sufganiot, gonna make some. Sufganiot. What else? What can we put in? What was it? Nutella. Let's try it. What's in the middle? Nutella. What's in the middle? Sufganiot. What's in the middle? Nutella. What's in the middle of your sufganiot? Let's see what else we can put inside. Any ideas? You can either yell it out or you can actually come up here. Ooh, you know what? I see some hands back here. I'll travel to you. I'm traveling. Here we go. Live stream, I'll be back. Yes, what should we put in? Chocolate. I love chocolate. Here we go. I'm coming back. What's in the middle? Chocolate. What's in the middle? Sufganiyot. What's in the middle? Chocolate. What's in the middle of your sufganiyot? Sufganiyot. Gonna make some sufganiyot. So yummy in the middle. Sufganiyot. Gonna make some sufganiyot. We sing that song all year round at BML. Oh, we have them here too. Cool. Now, my second favorite Hanukkah food. Actually, I think it's my first favorite. Are latkes. Any form of fried potato is good in my book. I want to tell a story. The words are on page 6 of the Shabbat program. What would you do if you were a latke? Think about being a latke. Embody a latke. I am so mixed up that I cannot tell you. I'm sitting in this blender turning brown. I've made friends with the onions and the flour, and the cook is scouting oil in town. I sit here wondering what will come of me. I can't be eaten looking as I do. I need someone to take me out and cook me, or I'll really end up in a royal stew. I am a latke, I am a latke, and I am waiting for Chanukah to come. I am a latke, I am a latke, and I am waiting for Chanukah to come. Every holiday has food so special. I'd like to have that same attention too. I do not want to spend life in this blender, wondering what I'm supposed to do. Matzah and charoset are for Pesach, chopped liver and challah for Shabbat. Balinces on Shavuot are delicious, and gefilte fish no holidays without. I am a latke, I am a latke, and I am waiting for Chanukah to come. I am a latke, I am a latke, and I am waiting for Chanukah to come. It's important that I have an understanding of what it is that I'm supposed to do. You see, there are so many who are homeless, with no jobs, no clothes, and very little food. It's so important that we all remember that while we have most of the things we need, we must remember those who have so little. We must help them, we must be the ones to feed. I am a latke, I am a latke, I am a latke, and I am waiting for Chanukah to come. I am a latke, I am a latke, and I am waiting for Chanukah to come. I am a latke, I am a latke, and I am waiting for Chanukah to come. I am a latke, I am a latke, and I am waiting for Chanukah to come.
Awesome. Sometimes I'm a latke. Sometimes I feel that way. So the next song also tells a little bit of a story. It talks about including all of the other miracles that we talked about already, and some of even the ones that we thought about but maybe didn't say out loud, but the ones that you know that you certainly are grateful for. We are reminded that the spirit of Hanukkah does not just belong to the Jews, because we are not the only ones. We are not the only ones who long for the light. We are not the only ones that long to do good things for ourselves and for our communities. And so winters are cold, so it was on a late December 23rd. I took my family to see where America's founding fathers wrote their words. As we walked along the way, a homeless person found our gaze, and candles of the menorah brightened up the night there in Philadelphia. One of my children began, "Why is this man lying on the street when it's so cold?" How could a child understand people like us could be safe and warm while someone froze? Down the street, a well-lit store, we bought some blankets, 3 or 4, and candles of the menorah brightened up the night there in Philadelphia. What a way to celebrate the Festival of Lights. Perhaps to help in some small way the stranger through the night. And as my children spoke of it, I saw within their eyes the candles burning brightly. Charity's only a word until it find one who's reaching out to someone else. Now all of my children have learned Hanukkah is a festival for giving help. The chance is there for just an instant. You and I can make a difference. And as the prophet Elijah cries out, I will be there. Oh, there where freedom's light began, I would come to understand how candles of the menorah can brighten up the night there in Philadelphia. There in Philadelphia. Next one is not as heavy. In fact, it's quite joyful. And we need to be joyful, so I'm going to, as skillfully as I possibly can, divide you up into 3 parts. And the first part, if you can remember your parts, the first part goes like this. Lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots. Let's all eat them up. That's the first part. So let's try that together. We can all sing the first part together. Lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots. Let's all eat them up. Okay? And you're going to keep doing that during the singing. It's a round. The second part goes like this. Sivi von sov sov, sivi von sov sov, sivi von sov sov, sivi von sov sov, sivi. Now sivi von are dreidels, of course, and sov sov means they're spinning. Sivi von sov sov, sivi von sov sov, sivi von sov sov, sivi von sov sov. The second time through. You guys remember your parts? Well, first part is lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots. Let's all eat them up. Second part, sivi von sov sov, sivi von sov sov, sivi von sov sov, sivi von sov sov, and so on and so on. Okay, you got that part. The third part, Maccabee, 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 Mac, 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 Maccabee, 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 Mac, Mac, Mac. All right, I'm not going to tell you which part you have to choose. You can choose whichever part you enjoy most. But we do need a nice majority to start off with the first part so we can all start together. 1, 2, here we go. Lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots. Let's all eat them up. Lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots. Let's all eat them up. Sivi von sov sov, 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 sivi von sov sov. Maccabee, 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 Mac, 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 Mac,
Sivi von sov sov, 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 sivi von sov sov. Sivi von sov sov, 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 sivi von sov sov.
Maccabee, 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 Maccabee,
Sivi von sov sov,
Maccabee, Mac, 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 Mac,
sivi von sov sov, sivi von sov sov, sivi von sov sov.
Maccabee, Mac,
Mac,
You
Mac.
got it.
Amazing.
I knew you could do it.
That is a happy Hanukkah. That is joy. All right. I don't know what the proper Aleinu segue is right now, but we are turning to page 282 as we please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגובהי מרומים, ואלוהינו אין עוד, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים. לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. I've learned that there's a Mizrahi Jewish tradition, an Eastern Jewish tradition, to celebrate the women heroes on the 6th night of Hanukkah, and here we are. And so we lift up this hero Hannah Senesh from the time of World War II with these words of hers. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. This week, our congregation observes Yahrzeit for Robert Allman, Ida Alsher, Louis Amsterdam, Peggy Ashner, Ethel May Bell, Selma Berkman, Raymond Berland, Sylvain K. Bernstein Jr., Reuben Bornstein, Miriam Butler, Joel Claster, Sylvia Kleiman, Kalman Cohen, Saul Z. Cole, Stella Cole, Bernard Cowitz, Stella Sachs Kravis, Jerry Davidoff, Charles B. Davis, Miriam Joan Dittenfass, Rose Smith Ehrlich, Amelia Mayer Feldenheimer, Paula Cohen Franks, Bertha Lax Frisco, Louis Gersley, Louis Gersley Jr., Donald Goldenberg, Dorothy Goldman, Kenneth Goodrich, Blanche R. Greenberg, Joseph Gritz, Miriam Rosenblatt Hecht, Sophia Heron, M. Henry Hess, Eleanor Hutner, Rebecca Karp, Lucian Katzenberg Sr., Jacob Katzenstein, Virginia Stern Kaufman, Robert J. Klein, Jenny Goodman Cohn, Mildred Goldschild Lax, Lee Lazarus, Bernard Leibowitz, Mickey Lev, Jane Gundersheimer Levy, Louis Levy, Rose Surfer Lindsay, Sarah Lipner, Samuel A. Lowenberg, Siegfried Lowenthal, Roberta Lee Magaziner, Fanny Descher Malmud, Alexander Milezon, Sally Weiss Maisie, Rose Millman, George A. Mostert, Elias Nussbaum, Aaron Pardes, Paul Pardes, Helene Peck, Ethel Pollack, Samuel Radbill, Howard Reeses, Yetta Richmond, Philip B. Robinson, Matilda Frankel Rose, Joyce Ann Rosenblum, Charlotte Rosenthal, Bertha Roskam, William B. Rodenko, Elliot Sachs, Louis Saller, Simon Sandberg, Max Schultz, Fanny M. Stein, Herman Sternberg, Albert R. Taxon, Rose Cooper Weiss, Maxine Weiland, Martin Zapletal, Richard Zeitlin. We add the names of those who have been taken from our midst, but not from our hearts, in these most recent days, for whom we observe Shloshim. Helen Abrams, Madeline Soloff Bernstein, Joan Brandeis, Joseph Yamron. And if you are observing Yartzeit or Shloshim for a loved one whose name was not mentioned, please feel free to add it to the comments or call it out now. Turning to page 294, together we rise as we honor their memories with the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divarach cherutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alal molmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah b'rechu, La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, tamiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring comfort to the bereaved and peace to each of you. And together we say, Amen.
Ose shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
We wish you a Shabbat Shalom and happy Hanukkah. If this is your first time at Road of Shalom, please be sure to meet Stephen Scher, our membership manager, who is waving from the back of the sanctuary and looking forward to greeting you. Thank you, Stephen. And please be sure to pick up your to-go oneg on your way out. We conclude with these words and this song. The poet Marge Piercy writes, "We walk all over the common miracles. without bothering to wipe our feet. This Hanukkah, no miracle is going to pass our attention. Let's notice the miracles in our midst and for them offer gratitude.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai Panav elecha v'chuneka Yisa Adonai Panav elecha v'yasem lecha Shalom Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha
May God bless us and keep us.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka
May the light of God's Spirit shine upon us and be good to us.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom
May God's presence be with us and bring us peace. Kei nihi ratzon, may this be God's will. Shabbat shalom, happy Hanukkah.